Well, hello and welcome to Beyond the Blackboard, a series of podcasts where we explore the minds shaping education today. My guest today is a passionate educator, uh, and he has a special vision to reshape early childhood education. He had an IT job for about 13 years, and then he decided to take the risk to pursue his passion. And he started a Montessori called Honey Tots then in 2019. As on today, it has about 100 students, and it recently got an award in innovation in preschool pedagogy. My guest's name is Sanjeeva Gondi. Thank you so much, Sanjeeva, for uh, your being here and taking your time. Uh, Thank you so much.
Thank you for welcoming me on this podcast.
Yeah, so before we get started, so I would like to tell you this podcast will be divided mainly into three parts. One will talk about building blocks, then we'll explore your journey, whatever got you, the things that you did, that you are here, you are what you are today. And then we'll talk about another segment called Spotlight, where maybe some hard hitting questions about your business and things like that. And the final segment will be about future cast. We'll look into the future. We'll talk about, discuss about things which are going to happen maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line. What do you think might be going on? So let's begin with the first segment. So, sir, before we get into your business venture and the success stories behind that, let's discuss a little bit about your background. So, where you're from and your early education and things like that.
So good, Shadid. Great to hear that. One thing is, I'm basically from Andhra. Okay, I did my BE Mechanical in Madras University. I have, as you said, 13 years. Yes, I was worked in the engineering industry on CAD, and project management activities. Even on the Indian Rail, ICF also I have worked for 1 year. So that after that, I thought of to start this Montessori and all. It's basically this idea has got for me from my wife only. The pageant she was working into some schools as a teachers and coordinator. So we thought of let's do it this together. It will be a good for marketing and even all stuff. So it was look for me. I just gone through the business case. What will be the market of education? How it is going on? And to be say frankly, for both of us, the first inspiration is my daughter have joined in a preschool in Chennai when I was working in Chennai.
Okay.
So seeing that environment and the way she and the way she was children, so even my how she has grown and she was very much interested going to school also my child. So by seeing those all these things, we got very much impressed on this educational system and way of teaching all those things. So that okay, we also started exploring from that time. My wife has started working some of the schools as a teacher and other as a coordinator and all for 1.5 to 2 years. Suddenly, wherever she was working, that same school was on sale, and she has planned to take over. And even I have supported. Even I did more research rather than what was having knowledge about this school and education system, how it is at, why exactly the city children are growing much are rural children and all those things. So then I thought it's one of the good and even as a passion. Together we taken it as a passion and we started this.
Oh, it's wonderful to know. Going back to the very famous line, behind every successful man, there is a woman. So I think yours is a perfect example of that. But I would like to know, like you are in an IT job, right? You were comfortable. You were working like 13 years. You were in a good position. I mean, I've looked at your profile too. Like you were leading a team and you were pretty good. So what is it that that suddenly sparked in your mind that to take that risk and say I'm going to do something which I'm really passionate about? Because I'm sure, yeah, if you had continued a little more in your IT job, maybe you would have gone to a pretty good position, and then you could have life would have been much simpler in a sense, I would say. But what what is the mindset I want to understand that that decided I have to take some risk, I have to do something which I'm really passionate about.
See, if you say as per your Depends on, see, I have not worked in IT. I worked in ITES,
Yeah.
engineering service. ITES differs from ITES. Maybe you are also aware on that. But the thing is, ITES, I have a very good job satisfaction. Whatever I have worked till 13 years, I have a good job satisfaction. I never say no on that. But apart from that, we thought this is a passion again. Okay. So let us start our own thing. It is whatever it may be. Job is like we are working under some other persons, like the owners and other things. Sometimes we our ideas may not be implemented. Maybe the reasons will be there for them also. I'm not
Yeah.
denying of that. So we thought let's start some thing with us early entrepreneurship. And let's go ahead at one place because I was working in different locations. I worked in Bangalore, some in Pune. I worked up for 3 years, and Chennai also some 5 to 6 years I have worked. So in place of rotating all the way, thought of to settle at one place and go ahead in the right way. So that only we thought of let's quit the job and start it up. Other than that, nothing else. I was really good on the job because I'm doing it up.
Okay. Yeah. Let's explore a little bit on that because taking risk is not honestly doesn't come to everybody, right? Though some people might have the resources to do something, but still, I mean, people are always comfortable doing what they have been doing for a while, right? So they don't want to say rock the boat
Okay, correct.
and do something because there'll be a lot of opposition within the family also. So why are you leaving such a good job and do something? Uh, and but I always remember something in economics, which is very apt. They say that uh, like taking you have an appetite for risk. You will have a maybe you want a risky prosperity. You want guaranteed poverty. Choose between the two.
See, the thing
So
I see, the
guaranteed poverty is like you work like every day, every year you get a 10%, 12% hike, and then after 60, 65 you retire, have a
correct.
watch a movie at home, play with your grandchildren, and that life goes on. Or you can take the risk and become a billionaire. They give the example of Bill Gates, who just quit his job, founded Microsoft, and today is a billionaire. So there is that this one. So what is your opinion on this particular that risk taking thing?
See, economics or financially, all those things are different. I told you one thing very clearly. I worked in IT. Even in IT, yes, financially it is a different from the IT. Okay, the salary is what we get. It's not like IT job we are going to get in IT, yes. This is one thing.
Okay.
Second thing is there also I have seen the job satisfaction mainly first onwards. Then only I have seen that. And here also I taken of job satisfaction, like education, giving an education to the many children, all these things is a good thing. Okay. So that only I have taken. This is one thing. Second point is that you said quitting the job, coming back, poverty, all those things, right? See, anywhere, anything, if you want to achieve, you should have a risk. Even in job also, what you are doing it, whatever you are doing day to day, you have to upgrade your skills also nowadays because of technology improvements. So previously only AutoCAD was there. If you see in our mechanical industry itself, the AutoCAD itself is good. Afterwards, you got software like Pro, CAT, all those things. So once they come up, companies are upgrading from the AutoCAD to the 3D. And after that, you got the analysis of it. So analysis also, it was giving a good cost saving for the companies. And again, people who started upgrading to analysis. There is no end anywhere in the risk. You have to upgrade yourself. Here also you have a risk. Whereas here also you have a risk.
Yeah,
Upgradation is
I know.
required even in jobs. Upgradation is required even in your businesses also. Risk is before if you feel any job, you want to convert from one situation to the other situation, or from job to a entrepreneur. In such cases, the first and foremost thing you start analyzing whether how much risk factor is there. So risk in the sense
Yeah.
it is a wide word. Okay, either it is a financial risk or capability risk, management risk, or altogether all these things we need to analyze before we go into step into any place. So once analysis is done, then you take a confidence on that. Or you put a SWOT analysis. What is your strength? What is your weakness? What is your opportunities? your own things. So if you think that business case is a weakness for you, then don't take that business case. So do you think that business is a strength for you? Take that as a positive way. Then go ahead. So the swap or analysis, what you do on the business side is what mainly required. When you are switching
Okay.
from one comfort zone to the other comfort zone, yes, as you said, risk is there. But how do you manage the risk before starting analysis and after starting risk management? Everything we have to plan accordingly, and we need to do that. Once you start, also, yes, you have whatever you did analysis that will be helpful for you only 60 to 70%. Risk management analysis what started. And remaining 30 to 40%, you will be saying on job. Basically, on job risk, you need to manage it. So once you do that management, automatically the risk is also after 2, 3. See, I started at 2019. You know it very well on that.
Yeah, yeah.
And your child
Yeah,
also
yeah,
it
of
has.
course.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
after not even 1 year completed, 1 month before of that there was a corona, right?
Yeah, correct.
And 2 years it was shut down.
Yeah, yeah.
But still I was withstanded because I have a confidence in this business case.
I know.
So how I got that confidence is that the workout what I have done on the risk management initially. So that only I have, even though 2 years the school was closed, we started online classes. Online classes also was worked out very fine. Not even zero cost. All the cost, whatever my operating cost, I got it from the online classes also. We did the risk over there itself. I cannot expect that risk in the risk management what I was doing initially before coming to the business, right?
Yeah, I mean, so there are, yeah, yeah, please go ahead, go ahead. Go.
Even
There are
that
some
risk.
unseen factors, right?
Correct. These all are things. That is what I said. 30 to 40% on-job risk will be there. You will be done 60 to 70% good risk management also. Another 30 to 40% risk management will be there in the on-job working out of. So when you work on that also in a proper way, once you start, you have to go and goals accordingly. The support inside family is also very much important. As this is came by wife only, so I don't have any family issues on this because we together as a passion we started up. So we
Yeah.
have managed all the way. Online classes went up. A lot of video recordings has been done. YouTube channel we opened. Lot of YouTube videos privately we have shared. We have not shared the YouTube videos publicly as of now. Still, it is in a private mode only, that channel. We have a plan to upgrade that channel and upload in the YouTube also according. So each and if you write a also, there is a standard. In a 4 line, you need to write only in 2 lines A and cursive writing, all those things. Each and every standard was uploaded as a video by our end on the time of Corona period. And that was helping now also for all the teachers to learn and teach to the children accordingly. So whenever they have a doubt, they will go to the YouTube channel and they will go ahead on whatever the videos we created at the 2 years of Corona time. They are seeing it and they are learning it.
Wonderful
There,
news.
the risk management is also became for me positive management today.
Yeah, but I want to ask you, why education? As in, such, what endeared you about education? Was it like something that when you went back, when you had your education, and compare the education now and what you started, is it something that you felt, oh, maybe this is something where I can make a difference if
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do this?
of
So,
course,
what
of
is
course.
it about why education, as in, sir? What is it about that inspired you that I'll go get into the field of education?
The education field I have chosen because this is the place where you have a lot of wisdom
Yeah.
and you are sharing something to the others. See, if you see in our school, education is not only for the school children. Sometimes we give education to the parents also. Okay. So,
Yeah.
in the sense, some of the parents, they don't know which kind of schools they have to select. Even those kind of knowledge sharings, we will do it up. And sometimes we have to give a lot of things for them, positive things, negative things. Some are more emotional enough. Because every family has a different culture. Everybody education backgrounds are different. So we need to get so I see all these cases. I got impressed. Yeah, we are educating someone in the market, not only the children, even the parents also. So this made me let's go in the education field itself. See, I have done education also two ways. One is CAD/CAM industry. Let us start the teaching of the CAD/CAM industry on. And second thing is schooling. If you see both the ways, the schooling is much better than the CAD/CAM teaching because of wisdom knowledge sharing is more over in schooling rather in CAD/CAM. CAD/CAM is for elder students. For them and degree holders. For them it is okay. They can learn easily. Whereas this one, where you can even give a knowledge sharing to the parents also according.
Great. That's a wonderful thing, wonderful initiative that you started. I mean, let's get into. Obviously, it wouldn't have been so easy. Everything will not be hunky dory. Obviously, if you want to start something new, like what were the challenges that you foresaw that could be part? So, if I start this, what could be in terms of infrastructure, in terms of competition, right? There are many Montessori. How can I? What is the unique selling point? I would say of my Montessori that will because there'll all be always be competition, whichever industry that you get into. So obviously, to get to this level, obviously there have been challenges that you had to overcome. So what were those some of those things that you had to overcome?
Challenges, without challenges, there is no business
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
That I'll say 100% on that. Yes, initially we had a many. So one by one we started listing out and we also taken out what is the effect of that challenge is going to get to the school for our thing and what is priority we have made up. And as per priority, one by one we started solving it up. So there are around 4 to 5 challenges was there initially. Slowly sorting it out. And now so we have a teachers challenge, teachers, material, curriculum, what curriculum is best. Is it really this curriculum will be accepted by the people? Like this, many will be there. Sir. We also need to work out all those points.
yeah. So like, did you follow the traditional Montessori way of teaching, or was it like no? We will deviate from that because there are certain flaws with that. It's like, what did you do? Did you follow the traditional Montessori method initially, or is it like you completely did something completely different
So I'll tell
from?
you one thing very clearly. First and foremost thing, we need to understand what is Montessori. So
Yeah.
many parents they think Montessori is better, Montessori is better, Montessori is better. For some children, Montessori will not work out.
Okay. Why is
For
that?
some children, yes, sir. So it has all the different ways. Why? In the sense, if you know what is the Montessori process, na, then we will come to know exactly. There is a,
Okay.
if you see a history of Mary Montessori, there is a Wikipedia in Google also. Mary Montessori, if you see, she adopted lot of methods of Montessori when she was in India because she knew the Indian children are growing much faster than their country children.
Okay.
So then she started researching why is that. And then all plus points, whatever she has seen, she compared as a curriculum as Montessori. So today, frankly, if we have been followed our joint family concept, everything, whatever it is there from Asian period, for us, Montessori is not required at all.
Okay.
Because of today, all our families are nuclear families.
Yeah.
Okay. Montessori is required for some of the children. Some of the children, they don't need more. They are ready to adopt for other methods also.
Because they're part of a bigger family? Is that they're part of a joint family and they get other methods, so maybe
That
Montessori
is
is
one
not
of the
important.
reasons, sir. Second reason is how the parents are spending their life with the children also.
Yeah,
Today's some parents are not giving a time to take care of the children.
correct.
Okay, they are
Because
giving
both
it to the
both of them are
caretaker.
working. Both of them are
Exactly.
working, obviously.
Exactly. I'm not saying anything negative here. It's a
Yeah, yeah.
situation for every. Okay. So because they are giving to their caretaker. They hire one caretaker and they'll give it up. What caretakers are doing, how much their parents can observe on that. So caretakers, what they know, they have a knowledge, they can take care only up to that mark. They cannot be our family background, right? We have
Yeah,
our
yeah.
way of growing, way of teaching, our way of caring children is different. Caretakers, what they are doing in their home. So that's the reason even daycares are improving today. And daycare is also have a lot of demand because no one is there in the home to take care of the child. And if they send to the daycare, na, the children who are in daycare, they are growing much better. than the children who are there in the normal schools also. Because child is there full time in the school itself. He is learning alone. Compared to a child who is free for 3 hours or 4 hours in school also. So that also again depends on the care center, how they are taking care all those things. Because today market everyone has the knowledge and social media is there to gain the knowledge also. So every school is getting the knowledge and they are working up much better.
Yeah. Okay. How would you define what's like the typical day for a kid in your Montessori? The way day gets in first, like what is like a typical day looks like in your Montessori? What are all the different things, activities? Just in general. I mean, you don't need to be specific. Like a typical day, what a child or somebody in play school or LKG or UKG they go through.
Typical period for Montessori children is a settlement period. That's all, sir. As soon as they enter into the school, very smaller age, leaving their parents and they're coming back. So they have to like the environment, they have to settle down over there. That's the major difficulty in preschool. Apart from that, once they settle, they are like our own children. They treat even teachers also their own father and mother. Okay, they'll teach as a mother and they teach of their. Once the child identity receives in such a way, then automatically child never feels any difficulty in the school at all.
Okay.
And learning accordingly. He will learning will keep on goes further. And they have a lot of friends. In home only he is alone, or if he is in an apartment, hardly half an hour or 1 hour they'll come down and they'll play with the children. Apart from that, with them around 10 children in a class, if you take it out also, they have 9 friends in a class. And if you have a group sessions and group activities, they have around 100, all 100 are friends. And that is where the growth of a child is coming up. In Montessori, you say Mary Montessori in her concept, she has given very clearly mixed race grouping. Because she has seen the joint family mixed race groupings will be there in our families. You will
Yeah.
have a 1 year old child also. You will have a 70, 80 years old person also in our home previously. But same all the things, younger children is learning faster. And the same way here also, mixed race grouping. Seeing UKG children, nursery children will learn much faster. Seeing a nursery children, UKG children will correct them. No, no, you have to do like this. It's a vice versa. That's not there, sir.
What is like the let's talk about a little bit about the syllabus and things like that. I mean, I don't want to get too much into depth and all those things. Like, is the syllabus, is it like there is an accreditation board or something, or the government sets the syllabus for these? Who controls these Montessoris? Is there like a board which is set up by the government, or is it like how is it?
I'll tell you one thing. See, NEP 2020 is the National Educational Policy 2020, which recently government has been released at the time of Corona. That was
NEP
released
2020.
by the yeah, that was released by the central government, where throughout India equality in education is data.
Okay.
And in that system, he made even nursery to still 10th standard education is a mandatory.
Okay.
Previously, nursery and this LKG, UKG is not a mandatory education. So from grade one only, the government was given as a mandatory. Now they made it nursery, LKG, UKG is also mandatory education. That is also yet to be implemented 100% from all the places. But urbans already adopted to that because parents also knows and parent situations are like that. So the urban already adopted to that. The same urban quality of education they also want to give it in rural. This is one thing I can say about education. And because of that policy, as per that, there is a committee formed by the government itself in NCERT. NCERT is the National Curriculum for India. So they will
Okay.
prepare all the curriculum, even for the Montessori, nursery, LKG, UKG also, the government is prepared a curriculum today. And everyone need to follow that. That will be gives it a good children. But apart from that, if I want to say, preschool has their own way of teaching and they are adopting a lot of good things. Whatever
Okay.
the curriculum has shared by the government, with that, additionally, many schools are doing many good things for the children. And that is where the growth of the children is very good. To be say frankly, the curriculum which I have taken, okay, it is the initial period for a child to understand. But slowly, slowly, as soon as the 1 year the downline comes up, the child is very strong on everything. And the children who has completed nursery, KG, all the three sessions in our school, and they are going to grade one to the K-12 school, grade other schools. In that, na, the parents really realize that grade one and grade two, the learning what they got in this curriculum was really helping for them up to grade to grade three also. Even I got some references from the parents. It's something like I'll tell you. If one child has completed and went and joined in another school, okay, the
Okay.
next parent was asking them which school your child was studied LKG, UKG. They said so and so school. They asked why you are asking that question. No, no, my child is also there. Second child, I want to join. Then they are saying up. This is what it is. I observed initially. I was not felt good on the curriculum. It was heavy, but once they came to grade one and grade two this school, I came to know the value of that. So I have a lot of recommendations like that. So people who has been went out went in grade one and grade two, and those parents also have sent us many children over here. To be safe, today word of mouth is working for me a lot rather than doing all other marketing. No, almost I'm stopping other kind of marketing. Only word of mouth marketing itself, I'm getting the people.
You should do, sir. If you're not doing, I think you're good at it anyway. In addition to word of mouth, also
Sir, uh,
you should have an advertisement in every corner of the so
wait,
people.
that's the difference. See, my school like, building capacity is of that. That capacity is filling automatically. So if I want to give publicity to reconstruct the building, or I have to get one more building and do it up. One more premises I have to start. Anyhow, in future we have a plan to start one or other two branches nearby, which will cover the other part of it. We are right to 1 kilometer radius. I want to convert into a 2 kilometer radius according. That is there, but hurriedly we are not starting because we want to stabilize the things and then keep on start according.
Yeah, I know. You should market it in every way possible. Even your LinkedIn profile, you should glorify what you're offering to people on a serious.
Yeah.
Uh, what I'm saying.
The LinkedIn profile after job I have not updated, sir. That's a different
Why,
story.
sir? You should
I
update.
just see. So I am into these cases only. I thought of okay, we'll update later and do it. That's official, right? Official, I will see it up later, not an issue.
You are doing this as a profession now. You should put like
Yeah,
CEO of Honey Tots then.
that will
And
be it later.
okay. Uh, yeah. So on a serious note, what is the kind of let's talk about skills which are required. Now we spoke a lot about the students. Let's talk a little bit about the teaching staff. So what is the kind of skills that you look or anybody who hires teachers to teach the students to make them understand? What is the kind of skills that they uh, require these days?
So mainly what we see is whether teachers are capable to learn or not. Because teachers should be in a position to learn. Then they can teach properly. That is what we'll see mainly.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
So we were talking about teaching.
Yeah, teachers, right? Yeah. See, for teachers, that's what. If they are good learners, they can teach a lot. Sir. So we need to see, and we also need to keep on nurture the teachers also.
Yeah.
They tell them what to do, how to do, what are the requirements, what will be the best thing we can do by tomorrow. Such things are daily growth. I have to see the growth of the teachers also.
Okay, that's great. Then, like, so let's talk about some of the achievements that your Montessori has done. So you mentioned that you received this innovation award for preschool pedagogy. So what was that about?
So what are the best methods we are doing it up? Now we present that in a summit. There will be a educational summit keep on goes in the market. So we have to participate in that. Once we participate, accordingly they will give an awards to us in that methods what we are following all those.
Okay, so these awards are organized by whom? I mean, is it organized by?
There are early child educational development centers, all those awards organizers.
So, That's nice. Is there there are children who come with all kinds of different personalities, right? Uh, no child is the same. You can say they all
Yeah,
require
obviously.
different kinds of nurturing, maybe, or different kinds of maybe. So, is there like what I would say different learning speeds? Do you how do you is there a different learning speeds and personalities, and is there some how do you address those things? Like how do you probably get all the uh, maybe this is one of the challenges.
Okay. That is what I told you, right? So the teacher should be a good learner.
Yeah.
You will have each child, if you take it as a project management or statements and all, each project is different. In the same way, each child is different for us. If you take it as a project management day,
Yeah.
okay. So child have to learn, understand them. Understanding them accordingly, only the activities has to be planned to them. So there are some schools they will say we have a written plan. Today is this, tomorrow is this, today evening is this, that. Sometimes it will not work out for some of the children.
Yeah.
So it should be like a child centric. It is not a school centric. Okay. If it is a child centric, it has a lot of chances to learn more. If it is a school centric, as per the school, whatever the process they are following, all the children has to follow the same process. Okay. It depends on, I told you that it depends on each and every individual, what they are planning, how they are teaching it. Every method is working out. Like this is a specific method we need to follow it up. But as a passion, individual owners, they are taking their own risk and they are doing it.
Oh, that's nice to hear. So, what are some of the, I would say, how have parents sort of reacted to this? Now, is it something that parents are looking at and saying in this day and age that before, I'll tell you, before in my time and all those things, like going to LKG, UKG, it's like parents, okay, there's something that children have to do to get to the next stage. So that was their thought process, right? It's not that as though Montessori education is really uh, important for the children to. There's something
Correct.
they thought, okay, this is another level. This one they have to complete in order to go to first standard and all those things. But how has that changed today? Do the parents really think that this is really important for my children's development?
Yes, sir. Sir, our age, LKG, UKG, you were teaching of that. After certain age, na, LKG, UKG is became a mandatory. And for nursery, the parents were thinking that way. It is okay, it is not a mandatory. Now today, the government itself made a nursery is also mandatory because the value addition, what the children are getting from that was understood by the governments also today.
Okay.
Even after that, today, the case is like play group, like 2 years itself schooling is starting up. There is a separate grass motor and fine motor skill developments for the children was starting at the 3 years in the schooling.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
2 to 3 is called as play group and 3 to 4 nursery and then LKG and UKG it is coming up.
Okay.
What is that? I told you right in first session like nursery, nuclear families or giving it a chances for the children to explore from the school.
Okay.
Okay. So when it is a nuclear family, they don't have any option of taking care of the children in a proper this one because of their busy schedules. This is one thing. Second thing is the schools are helping a lot children to nurture. Okay. This is the thing. So now the concepts are started from 2 years. So as soon as children are turning 2 years, they are coming into the school today. It's not like they are learning to learn ABC. The proper thing for the 2 to 3 years or 3 to 4 years required for them is majorly on socialization and discipline activity. Once that comes up, automatically from LKG and UKG, the learning will start for the children. Majorly for Montessori and all, the nurturing is like need to be take care of their listening skills, concentration skills, this kind of thing. It's all are the major nurturing is like not like ABCD learning, 1, 2, 3 learning, all those. So the born intelligence. You keep a songs which are related to the ABCD in your home as a music, they will adapt to that. They will also sing. So that's where the rhymes are playing a major role for the children, right? It's a vocabulary development, the speech development for the children.
Yeah, completely.
that is.
What modern methods like are you using uh, in your education in educating the children? Now you see there's a lot of AI, right? So there's AI in almost everything that we look at. So it's like ChatGPT has become like Google right now. So we
Exactly.
don't hardly people don't look at Google; they look at ChatGPT today. So like, do you use AI also in your method of teaching or any modern methods that you use right now? Which
Whatever the modern methods comes up for the age of the children before 6 or
yeah,
up to 8, I always advise to the parents or teachers or anybody for children also, please don't use any digital devices for learning.
that's
Except you
correct.
can use music for listening to improve your listening skills. And if you use the digital devices, but these days itself, that growth of a child is not as per the proper thing. It will be in a different case. The neurons are developed as per the digital development requirement, not as per the requirement of a human. So I never suggest and never take into any advanced technologies of AI and all that. Only one thing, sir. There are some market, there are a lot of apps developed for the learning for the children. If you click on button, it sounds like A for apple, like that many apps in the market. For many people used to come from my school and they used to say, sir, you can introduce our apps in your school or you can tell to the parents, let them go ahead, let them learn properly. I am very clearly telling to them, we never entertain any digital devices or digital learning to the children.
Okay, that's I think very important uh,
Exactly
thing,
required.
right? So I think the
Parents also need to point exactly. All parents, every human has to know. Below 7 years or 6 years is the place where the brain development will happen. That giving a digital device to the children is not advisable. Even doctors will say, psychologists will say, everyone will say. So this brain development before the 6 years, is whatever it is happening, that will be withstand for longer period to the entire lifestyle. It will
generally what happens is since we are so much addicted to our phones every day, it's not like we have to check our phone every 5 minutes, right? So it's become like an addiction. Sometimes I wonder why, because without phones, found before phones came, we found other so many ways to keep ourselves engaged. Right
correct.
now, it's more of a toy that we need to keep looking, even though there's nothing there. We keep looking, scrolling. It's something which is sort of become addictive, especially Instagram reels and everything.
I'll ask
So we
you suppose.
sort of pass it on to our children also. When they
Don't do this. Don't do that. Very clearly
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
it's very
Please
important.
avoid it. Please avoid it. See, I'll tell you one thing. Today snake and ladder or a ludo, all this is
Yeah,
everybody knows. But people are playing that also in the digital device.
exactly. That's no, but I do snakes and ladder game with the board, not with the
Exactly. Do
online.
it with
Never,
the
never.
board. The way you do with the board, you have a lot of development. I'll tell you, the children can sit comfortably for half an hour with you, and
Yeah,
interaction between the child and you will be increased. And for a child, they will also learn the numbers easily with that snake and ladder. You don't want separate class saying that, but hey, this is one, this is two, this is three. Practically, they are learning over there one, two, three. And apart from that, addition also they will come after three. What is the number? After number, before number. All these things they are coming to their own self.
I know, I know.
Why?
It's something that
And
yeah, she
physically,
because
they
they
are
have to count,
holding
right? So
everything. Exactly.
every time
Physically,
you
they
roll,
are
they have to
holding.
count.
Physically, they are moving. Whereas in digital device, if you click, it will go up. It will go at first. You are not moving anything on the digital device.
Yeah, so it
Always physical learning is very better for a child. So whatever Mary Montessori has done a research about Montessori in India, because all physical activities are good. In that it is there. If you see the curriculum of Montessori, whatever has been written by her, will come to know physical activity. She will give what is that, sir? I'll tell you, filtering of water. You hold a filter of your milk. Filters will be there, right? You hold that the water in there and see whatever the dust is upside and water is filtering up. So that is there in the curriculum which we are doing in your home daily basis. That's a Montessori curriculum because child has to experience that how to hold filter, how to hold the water mug and how to pour the water. All these all are also learning for them. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were saying you're talking about those activities like filtering of water and
Exactly. So those are physically learning for a child. See, compared to all the animals, human is different. Why? Because of we have hands to explore, touch and feel. That's the reason human is developed such faster and such an intelligently. And we are stopping that exploring now today by giving digital devices. So practical exposure is very much required for the children, those children who are there below 6 years. Not digital exploring.
definitely, definitely. Well, that was quite a handful. I mean, there was a lot of insightful conversation there for our first segment. So, sir, we'll move on to our second segment, which is spotlight, and
Okay.
it's time to put you in the spotlight. Are you ready?
Tell me.
They say 1.5 lakhs per year for a Montessori, even the play school sometimes. And they say, we teach this, we teach that. I mean, there's so many things that the kids do. There are so many facilities that they can enjoy, and all these things. I mean, honestly, I feel that some of the are just astronomical, and they may not, in a sense, make true justice to the kind of exposure that the children get. So, is there? What do you think of the fee structure for these? Is there some guideline as to how much they should charge? There's some government guidelines, or they're just charging as per their.
The government guidelines, let's keep aside one thing. Second thing is that the charges whole depends upon the what is the infrastructure provided by them.
Okay.
In Bangalore, if you see some places, you will get even 25, 30K today also for the Montessori education. And some places, if you not giving even 1 lakh, you will not get upon the land, the rental cost, all these things varies a lot, sir. Location, everything. Even if not only that, if you see rental houses at some locations is different, in the other locations in Bangalore itself. Okay. So it all depends how it is, what kind of things they are managing, everything. If you talk about the justice, what they are doing, I'll tell you one thing. As I told you, every child is in a one project. Maybe some children cannot be adopt to that. Some children cannot be adopt to that method. So it does not mean they are not implementing it. Okay. So everyone, see, if they are getting a bad name in the market, they also know that their school will not be operated for a longer period. Do you think they will try to operate their school in that fashion? Definitely not. No owner will do that. Every owner has a passion to run in a proper implementation and proper delivery also they will see on the child of the group. Some children cannot be adopted. Even in my school also, if you take 100 in a year, where the 10% children cannot be learned or they cannot understand what's going on here. Because we know as a manufacturing industry, 100% manufacturing is not possible. Even
I know.
60,
So what
no,
happens to them then? Those who cannot
Sir,
this one.
sir, I'll tell you one thing. It does not mean they are zero. One another day learning will happen to the child as the growth coming up. The method what is going on in this school, if they are not able to take it out, they can take it out from other places. See, you are seeing the education in India point of view. If you see education in other countries, entirely education meaning is different. Indian requirement of education is different.
Yeah, but in my opinion, of course, I do certainly feel that education must be affordable. Whatever level of education it might be
You
your
have all
Montessori.
kind
So
of
you have to
education.
cater to, you cannot say that I will cater only to this class or I will cater only to this particular class because they can afford to pay more. So that way, I feel that that shouldn't be the way. Education is a very, very important thing in even the country. The country's GDP, everything. Education is should be given a higher priority, and it should be made affordable. I'm not saying free, but it should be made at least affordable and within the reach of everybody.
Yeah, that's
Is
what I
what I,
told you
because
that
some of the
in Bangalore
astronomical
itself,
salaries that I hear even from Montessori is like 1.5 lakh. Do, okay, so the next thing I want to ask you is this justified?
in Bangalore itself, you have a schools for 20,000 also they are teaching today also. And even there are the schools 1.5 lakh also for Montessori they are teaching it. It all depends on parents how they are choosing it up. I'll tell you one thing. I told you in the other session, like we don't have any digital devices and all, right? There are some parents who came up, they go to our school tour, entire school, they will see it up, and they'll say, why, sir, you are not keeping any digital device in your school? I told them this is what we'll do it. Because of not having a digital device also, they are not ready to join here. That is what their requirement. Parent is taken, that is my requirement.
Okay.
So that's how it is going on. It's all individual, sir, how it is. Justification, we cannot say anything on this price wise. It's all. If the requirements are keep on increasing and the infrastructure is keep on increasing, obviously the price will increase. If the infrastructure is lower and you are think that this is enough for me, what is coming from that school for my child, that is okay. That infrastructure is okay for them. It all depends on individual parents. It is nothing like that. This is how it is.
Okay,
Especially
so
for
for
me,
example, a child going to another Montessori paying 1.5 lakhs. Say a child coming from your Montessori
yes.
paying, let's say, so the quality of this one when they come out of UKG, when they come out UKG, I would say, is that going to make a much of a difference in spite of you paying so much? What is
I'll tell you that this is what major thing. You have seen some news in our India, like a child who has studied in government school got a state rank. So a child who has studied in a higher school, there may be some other ranks, right? So how is that? This is also same case. It depends on child and school and parents. All together, it is a triangular way of working. It never depends failure or success only from the school or only from the student or only from the parent. It is a triangular workout. Parent, child, and school. Three together only successful. Okay. So much
sometimes it becomes more of a, I would say, what do you say, in society, you have to show your value, and people say, oh,
that's
my
what I
child is studying there, my child is studying here.
that's a parent call. Educators, we can't say anything on that one.
Okay.
Educators, see, I'll tell you, educators, sir, there are many people in the market. They started schools on the great passion. They thought to deliver in such a way what exactly education required to the children that they have to deliver. The parents, some of them, they ask, I want this requirement, I want this requirement, all those things. The moment if he is not giving those requirements as per the parents, he is losing the candidate. Students, he cannot stick like, no, 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 this is the passion, I will go do this only. If he sticks that one, there are only very few parents who can understand that. There are some parents, I that these for that case, owners can they schedule schools are shut down because they are not able to satisfy their passionate what exactly they want to give from the school.
So they go by what is more commercially successful, and they just stick to that because more parents want that, so they just go by.
No, 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 not like that, sir. See, the point is not that. The point is that requirement is changing a lot. Today, I'll tell you, 5 years back, how was the Montessori is that every parent want to join in a Montessori and they have to learn and they have to go and to give an examination in the grade one, joining in other school in a proper way, and they want the seat over there. For that tech, they are changing, joining into the Montessori. Such parents was there previously. Now you don't have that. Why? Because options of the schools are increased in Bangalore.
Don't you think that's a little too much? Asking them to write an exam for grade one admission. I mean, it's.
Sir, I tell you, see, one of the school owner, I have spoke with him. I don't want to disclose it.
Yeah,
For
yeah, of course.
him, 150 applications came for the grade one. It's a very less only to be say 150 also. He got much more, but I'm telling you 150. For him, let's think 30 of the seats. How do you filter? What is the way of filter? If okay, he takes his own way and he take it up, the other parents will come and question him. Why you
Go by
didn't take
first come,
my
first serve. Go by first come, at least go by first come. I'm not saying there should be a way to filter. I'm saying go by just first come, first serve. Why do you want kids, the grade UKG
yeah,
students
for
to take
that
some
also
exam
there
and
are a lot of things. There are a lot of first come first serve also they tried up. There is a recommendations comes up in between. No, no, he is a my own child only. Teachers will come and recommend again. Things
in
will
these
come again.
are
These all are many things. See, just one or two scenarios I have told you in this conversation. Still, there are a lot of conversation points are there. So that only they started this. And when there is a thing for them, accordingly, they are going and say, this is what it is, this is what it is. They are showing with proof for the parents also. When parents come and ask, why you didn't take my child? And they are going accordingly. See, even that's what I told you that the many are started with a passion. But passion was not working out in the some of the schools. Depends on requirements only they are going it.
so that was thank you so much for opening up on some of the contentious issues. I think now we'll move on to our final segment, which is future cast. So maybe I don't want to go maybe 10 years down the line. Maybe 10 years is might be a bit too. Let's take at least 5 years. Where do you see Montessori education going in the next 5 years? Do you see a lot of there are the trends now happening
Sure,
and
Paul.
yeah.
As per a government has given education is a mandatory for nursery, playgroup and LKG is also. LKG, UKG also. That will give a good growth in terms of education importance for the children. This is one thing. And second thing, as nuclear families are increasing, obviously, the Montessori schools will have a demand. And third point is like, if you want me to see what is my future growth on the schooling is always we have a best delivery. If possible, we'll start the franchises, that's all. From our own, I'll start giving the franchises or
Okay.
exactly only the people who are really passionate on this education for them only I'll give practice. Or I'll start my own branches nearby. That's all. That's how my future in 5 years. If you see general Montessori 5 years of future, then I can say that requirement is became a mandatory for the children as the nuclear families are increasing and parents are unable to give a time to the children. This industry is a mandatory for a daily need of any family.
That's great. What advice would you give to someone who wants to go down this path? Also interested in starting Montessori education, is there any advice that you want to give?
He should have a good patience enough, sir. That's all.
Okay, only patience.
Yeah, patience is mandatory.
So what about
He
what
has to
about cost?
understand.
What about
Cost
cost?
is
Is it?
always he has to work out, sir. Cost is depends. See, I told you right. You can schools offering a fees of 20,000 is also working in a
I'm not talking
profitable.
about school fees as in such. I'm talking about
No, no, I'm
cost they
telling
have
you,
to pay for the
main
yeah.
infrastructure, how he want to develop in that way, his cost will goes up. Do you
Okay.
think fees who is offering 20,000, he keeps of infrastructure of the fees who are offering 1 lakh? No, right? That difference is there. So cost is it is on independent person how he wants to do it. What is his passion on doing this? That way it goes.
Okay, that's great. That's great to hear. So this just this Montes, or I would say, does it? It doesn't follow any CBSE or ISC, or is it part of the CBSE curriculum? Even the Montessori syllabus
Sir,
and no,
I
it's part
told
of
you
NCR.
no, that is what I told you initially. The schools of Montessori or LKG, all these things, they don't have any curriculum. It is all like curriculum is there like a private development. The government was not decided like you have to teach this, you have to do that. Now the government is made a mandatory from NEP 2020 onwards. Okay. So in that the NCRT is defined. This is what the curriculum you have to teach to the children. But there are children has a much better capacity to learn what they have decided on to. And that also can be taught to them. Anything learning more to a child is not at all objectable. We can teach accordingly. And there is no boards and all NCRT curriculum only we have to go ahead accordingly. And slowly there will be a lot of change in the school comes up, sir. To be say, this K-12 school system is there for us. So first grade to the 10th standard is one primary school and higher secondary school is there. Apart from after that only you have intermediate like PUC, pre-university plus 11 and 12 is there. Now all this system is gone and the government want to implement the system like 5 years of schooling called nursery, UKG, grade 1 and grade 2. All these five will comes under foundation and that is called as a preschool.
Okay. From
Okay.
when do they have any idea of implementing this? Sometime in the future?
Sir, it all depends on a lot of things like government, because state syllabuses are there in India. Every state has their own educational system, and central syllabus is there, and even ICSE is there. All this, everything has to come under one roof, means it will take time. Actually, the government has also have, as per in the policy, by 2040, at least first batch has to come on this educational policy. 2040 which will be by 2030 full-fledged implementation has to happen. The outcome of the first batch will be 2040.
It's a long time still.
Because of every system has to change, right? Every state has to adopt. All the system has to come central. See, all the process is going on fast actually. Now the central government has started creating Apar ID for each and every child, student. Means all their educational history will be there in that digital platform. So they are getting it.
That's wonderful.
These all changes are happening faster only, but still it takes time as a huge system. India is in a huge country, you know, the population and all those things.
Yeah, I
So
know.
to get adopted to all the population to the same system, it will take a time. That time consumption is keep on going. And who are really passionate from schools, they started implementing and they are going it up. That's a different story for those schools.
That's a good point. One last question, sir, before we wind up. Uh, you go to foreign countries. I mean, I've been to Europe. I've been to United States also. You pay 40% taxes, 40% taxes, and
Correct.
education is completely taken care of till your 10th standard. You don't have to pay anything. You go to public schools, send them to public schools, unless you send them to another private school where you have to pay. But the public schools are completely free. Only university education for them is sort of you have to pay.
Yeah, exactly.
So you think that maybe government this can happen in the future anytime? Does government have a major role to play? Do you think,
As I
because I
know,
did
I
speak
don't have
about
it yet.
affordable education. Is it possible that it can be made free up to at least a certain point?
No, see, it is nothing impossible and all. But what is the government views? We are not aware as of now. It is very early. If you ask me these kind of questions also, maybe the government has a plan. I may not be aware of, and they may not have a plan also. That's also I'm not aware of accordingly. But for entire India, for all the population to get into this system of free education and all, it will take time. This is one thing. Second thing, already there is a government school, but how many of them are really ready to join our children into that?
That's where the private schools are holding a monopoly on this. In my this one, they just taking advantage of this particular situation.
I'll tell you, recently I have read some articles. Delhi schools, government schools, the students has invented some good quality of biscuits, variety of biscuits and chocolates, and the government has supported to be an entrepreneur for them. And they started production on that. They are selling those biscuits and chocolates in the market. And whatever the revenue getting from that business, for the children they are giving some ratio and something, some other amount they are utilizing to developing other schools. This kind of scenarios many are there in India. Government schools also doing well. Okay, even though if they are doing well, how many of us are ready to offer to put our children into the government school? It all depends, sir. It's all scenarios are different. The thing is, again, all system, if they want to get in mandatory, there is a lot of infrastructure change also need to come up. That will take a lot of time also to come up, actually. But currently, what is the plan? If really government has such a plan and all, I'm not aware anything about those things. It's very early for me also to comment on such a thing.
Well, sir, I think let's leave it there. I think it was a very, very insightful conversation. I mean, I learned a lot because education also interests me in a bit. Also, because even my daughter goes to schools and I'm very interested in what she learns. This is a part where I feel that education is very, very important for this country, and everybody, every child needs to be educated the lower, most affordable cost. So that's what. At the same time, upholding the quality. Those are two things that want every parent wants his or her child or children to have the same kind of system. And so in that sense, if one last this one, where can listeners follow your work, and where can they follow you? They want to get in
Anybody, if
touch
they
with
want,
you.
yeah, always they can call our school number, and that number itself I am available. So anything they want to know, few things about school and school education, they can reach me on the number of our school directly or school contact number. They can call us.
Great, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
And yeah, see
Thanks
you.
for giving this opportunity with me.
Grateful to you too.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
Well, that's it from Beyond the Blackboard. I'm your host, Sunil. I hope you liked that video. And if you're looking for more curated content on education series that I'll be having future podcasts on, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and let me bring you more such content. This is Sunil signing off. See you in the next podcast. Bye bye.